You know, I always say on Community Matters, my guests are ordinary people doing extraordinary thing, and today is no different. I have Ray Giles with me. Hope I'm saying that right.
Yes, you are.
Okay.
You got that right.
Ray Giles with me, and he is an author. He's written a book that I feel is very important for children, especially in this economic time and this day and age where some things are a little different than they were. And not only do the parents notice, you know, the financial situation has changed, but you know, the kids notice.
Right.
So Ray, tell us about your book. You've written a book to address this with children. I think it's awesome. The book is called When Things Change. Tell us a little bit about the book.
Well, the book is about a family of 5 who are going through some economic struggles, and the parents are trying to find a way and to break the news to the kids, and not understanding that, you know what, the kids understand a lot more than you're giving them credit for.
Okay.
And so it's about bridging that gap between kids and parents, and actually giving the kids a voice to understand exactly what's going on within the family dynamics, that things are going to change, and there's some things that we just have to adjust to. So it's really just giving that child the opportunity to speak up and to be a part of the family.
And the part of the process of helping
Absolutely.
to smooth out that change.
Absolutely.
You know, I think you're right in that some parents are afraid to kind of let their kids know, hey, honey, you know, I can't take you to go get this today, or, you know, the child's used to asking, and then suddenly it appears, and then we hit a rough point in the finances.
Right.
And, you know, I don't like telling my daughter, no, I can't do it, or I can't afford it. And I am real with her. When I don't have the money, I'll tell her, you know, mommy doesn't have the money for that right now. You know,
absolutely.
Because it's a reality. But I don't think any parent enjoys that.
No, not at all. I mean, because you want to give your child everything possible. Of course, all the things that you didn't have, and you just want to give them a better quality of life.
Right.
And so when it seems like you're not able to do that, I think we trip more than the kids do.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of times the kids are fine with just sitting underneath us, or, you know, going to the park, or just hanging out with us, or, you know, whatever it is, something small that does not really require a lot of money. And so I think as adults, you know, we put that pressure on ourselves, and then in turn, you know, feel like maybe the kids put that pressure on us when it's just not, you know, the case.
Yeah. Now, what prompted you to write this book, When Things Change?
Well, you know, I've always wanted to give that voice, and it really started, of course, with the whole the economic impact that's going on right now with the economy. I didn't know there was struggle going on with the economy. I mean, I was working, had a great job. I mean, you know, money was coming in, and I was doing well. You know, and then I relocated to Atlanta. And things just came to a halt. You know, I was used to doing all these things for my daughter, going out to eat, shopping, and doing all these different things. And all of a sudden I said, you know, something's going on with the economy.
But, you felt it then.
Right. Now, I think other people had recognized it at first, you know, but I didn't really, because I wasn't affected. Yeah. And so I said, you know what? I have to give this voice to kids. You know, we all come in a age where, or grew up in an age where, children should be seen and not heard.
Yeah, oh boy.
And so if you talked back, it was deemed disrespectful. If you spoke up, then it was, you know, you're not in a child's place. You're being grown.
Fresh.
Exactly. And so now I just feel like, you know what, I had a lot of things probably at that time too to offer, you know, to the family, and I wanted to be considered a part. You know, it's not just, you know, mom and dad make the decisions, but this hurts us too, whatever's going on. So I just wanted to make sure that my daughter had a voice, and that other kids have a voice, and that they're able to understand exactly what's going on, and maybe spark some dialogue between parents and kids and bridge that gap.
Wow, I think that's an amazing story that you're telling, and something that so many parents can relate to right now. You know, so many parents can relate to right now. And, you know, even if you're not, I can't say even if you're not affected. I think everybody's affected. But even, you know, everybody's been tightening their belt.
Absolutely.
You know, even if you have it, you're kind of a little more careful with it. You don't just kind of throw it all around on this, that, and the other. You think about purchases, bigger purchases, even little purchases, you know. So I think it's awesome. Now tell me about the characters in the book.
Well, Nikki, who is the oldest child, and she's telling the story from her perspective.
Okay.
So she's telling, what she sees going on with her family, as far as seeing the mom and dad up late at night paying bills, or or them being stressed out, about things that are going on. And she can tell and sense that there is something wrong, with the dynamics of their household, or that something's going on with the parents.
Yeah.
And so, one day the dad decides to call a family meeting, and he calls the little brother down, and the middle child and the oldest child, they all come down, and the mom and dad sit them down in the living room, and they just put it on the table.
Yeah.
And then they find out, like, whoa, our kids are, pretty cool. I mean, they understand, what's going on. And, the kids are just giving ideas on how they can get through this.
Oh, wow.
And so
that's
when things
awesome.
change, we pull together.
Right.
And so that's the whole story. And the kids are just phenomenal within this book as far as understanding what's going on, in the household and with their parents.
Now, I understand you're also a child advocate, social worker?
Right.
Tell me about that.
Well, I love it. I've always felt like, you gotta be there for the kids. Everyone talks about, our kids are this, our kids are that. Well, if you're not there, down in the trenches and understanding how they got to that point, then you really can't really speak, because, there's always something that's going on for a kid to be a certain way, whether it be neglect, abuse, whatever the case may be, something has gone on. Or, maybe the kid is having some type of mental challenges or issues that just aren't being brought up. And so, I've always felt like, I want to be there for the kids and be that advocate and be the voice when they don't have one, or when someone tries to take it away, so I've always enjoyed working with kids, from Boys and Girls Clubs to being a social worker for the state of Georgia, just doing those different types of things.
And let me ask you this. These days, kids are particularly challenged with some things that they're dealing with and exposed to, that when I was growing up, and maybe even when you were growing up, we just didn't have to deal with. We just didn't have all these images brought before us of very mature themes. How do you think that's affecting children these days?
Oh, it affects them tremendously. I mean, if you're, we can look at how the commercials are now. The things that they have on the commercials, we would never know about or see until you were much older.
Well, they'd wait till after 10 o'clock when I was little. Before
well, I was in bed by then.
Right. That was the whole point. Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So, it affects them, tremendously. And they get all these preconceived ideas and notions. And then the parents aren't really talking to them about these issues. So they're learning from TV. They're learning from their friends. Exactly.
I have a rule with my daughter. Not a rule, but I have a suggestion for her that I've always held to. And I said, you have questions about anything, and I mean anything. Now, I knew what I was saying when I said it. You have questions about anything, come and ask me. And I promise you, if I don't know the answer, we'll find out together.
Right.
Because, and this was what I said to her, because your friends are trying to figure it out just like you are. And I don't want you taking bad advice. Trust me, I've taken my share of bad information from friends growing up. And I've had misconceptions about certain things until I was grown. And I was like, whoa, okay, that's what that means? So, I didn't want to see her go through that. So this is awesome. Okay, when things change, how did you start writing? What made you, is this your first book?
Yes, this is my first book.
Okay,
but,
and you're going to do a series?
Yes, this is going to be a series of books of different, tackling different issues that families go through or kids go through. And so it'll be a series, and it'll be, a lot of great and interesting topics.
That's wonderful.
Right. And so I've got into writing. It was actually the movie Love Jones that got me into writing, and I started with poetry and, love this and love that. And that was just my thing. And so it just kind of evolved to different types of writing, different styles of writing, and just wrote a children's book.
Beautiful. Now, are you from this area?
Actually, my dad was in the Air Force, retired, originally from New Jersey.
Really?
And so, right.
Part?
Passaic, New Jersey.
Stop it. Born and raised in Englewood.
Okay. Well, hey, we're neighbors then.
All right. My homie.
Right. Absolutely.
Okay. But now, so then you were schooled here at some point, though.
Right. Went to E. Smith.
Okay.
And so graduated from there, and then went to Johnson C. Smith in Charlotte.
Yeah.
and then finished up at Montclair State in New Jersey.
Oh,
and
wow.
So just kind of, took a little tour of different areas, and, I'm here now.
That's amazing. Well, wonderful. We wish you the best. Ray Giles, tell us how we can contact you. Folks can contact you about the book, When Things Change. And also want to say hey to your illustrator. I see here A Weeks.
Right.
All right. Want to say hey to the illustrator.
You.
And also tell us where we can purchase this book, When Things Change. Kind of help young folks with the concept.
Right.
How can we get this?
Well, basically, you can reach out to me at email. It's rayg5523@gmail.com. You can also go to blurb.com and put my name, Ray Giles, in, and When Things Change, and the book will pop right up, and you'll be able to go and make that purchase.
BLURB.com?
Yes, BLURB.com.
Okay.
Right.
And you can purchase online.
Exactly.
That is just wonderful. Well, thank you so much. Keep writing, and come back and visit us and tell us about your books to come, all right?
Absolutely, and thank you very much.
Keep doing what you do. Thank you so much. We need more folks like you that are thinking about the young folks and trying to do something to kind of give them an edge, because I tell you, they've got a different battle growing up than we have.
Yes, they do.
Yeah, feel for them sometimes. All right. Thank you again, Ray Giles. The book is called When Things Change. Go to blurb.com, pick it up, and support one of our own. This is Taylor Morgan for Community Matters. Thank you again so much for listening, and you have a wonderful and blessed day.